Hello, welcome back to the show this morning. Breaking news, the president of Venezuela, Malogo, have been arrested alongside his wife. US have did airstrikes today, authorized by Trump, and Trump himself have gave a message this morning. Let's go and take a look at that and what he have said. It's been going crazy lately because if you haven't known, Trump has bombed Nigeria not long ago and is definitely using signs of power and showing signs of power. Let's go and hear from the news itself.
Breaking just now, Maduro, the president says, has been captured. Nicolas Maduro, president of Venezuela, has been captured, says President Trump. There will be a news conference at Mar-a-Lago on this at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Let me read you the full statement from the president. Quote, the United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with the U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Breaking just now.
Yeah. It's definitely getting wild, guys, out here. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on. Let's actually go and take a look at some of the airstrikes that have happened. There's one of the videos. As you can see, there's like helicopters, like dozens of helicopters flying.
Mamá huevo, qué locura. Moscaí. Mira esa mierda, explotaron allá toda esa mierda porque tú no estás explotando. Mierda, marico, se prendió el peo en esta mierda, yo.
Wow, that looks scary just and sounds terrifying from the video. Imagine actually being there.
Marico, llegamos a tiempo a la casa, yo. Marico, mira esa mierda.
Actually, let's go take a look at another video I have found. Yeah, it should be down here somewhere. And we're going to go talk about, look at this. Look at how crazy this is. And you see, this is done on New Year's, I think. No, this is today. Well, like even with the Nigeria one, it was New Year's when it happened. And it just, I mean, Christmas Day, I'm sorry. It just hit people by surprise. Let's go see Mayor.
We will draw this city closer together. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism. If our campaign demonstrated that the people of New York yearn for solidarity, then let this government foster it. Because no matter what you eat, how you pray, or where you come from, the words that most define us are the two we all share: New Yorkers. We will draw this city closer
Definitely.
together.
I don't think Elon Musk is in agreement with him. As in lately, a lot of people haven't been in agreement with the Democrats. They are labeling the Democrats as thieves and stealing stuff. Actually, saying that, let's go take a look at the Learning Center. This video is what I wanted to play for you.
There also happens to be Mayor Jacob.
So what's he saying is, they are saying it is he's been involved in a lot of political stuff and also a lot of, let her explain it, please.
Fry's Somali handler. In addition to the initial video I found where he's dancing in the background, I have found several other videos. Here he goes, dancing in again. Jacob rolling up with the squad. Hell, he's even in the background of this TikTok. Unless this guy just happens to be the Somali Forrest Gump who just coincidentally ends up being in the background of all these crazy important videos, there might be something going on here. Now, if this guy is in fact Ibrahim Ali, he pretty consistently escorts Jacob to a lot of Somali community events, which seems kind of random because he's just your average daycare manager, right? So I thought it was interesting that he said that his parents own the daycare facility because it's almost impossible to find his parents' names since the business is registered under Quality Learning Center, Inc. And then I couldn't help but notice this Al-Bai Kitchen over here. Al-Bai Kitchen is owned by a woman named Fardosa Ali. Now, apparently, she has come out and said that she only owns the building and leases to the daycare center, but does not actually own the daycare center. Now, I know Ali is a very common Somali last name, but the fact that her and Ibrahim have the same last name makes me believe that they are likely related. So I did a little sleuthing on Albi's Instagram, and sure enough, who do I see in the background of one of their videos but our boy Ibrahim? I mean, this guy is a man about town. Even the infamous Ilhan Omar has been to Al-Bai Kitchen. Now, before this was Al-Bai Kitchen, it was, you guessed it, a daycare center that was shut down in 2015 for stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraud from the state's child care assistance program. This was the Salama Child Care Center, now Al-Bai Kitchen. And there's the side back door, which you guessed it, is the Quality Learning Center. The owner at the time was a woman named Fazia Ali. Again, another Ali. And then it gets better. It looks like Fardosa may also be affiliated with another childcare center right down the street on Nicolette. And this may or may not be her posing with the mayor. Honestly, this one's very hard to tell because she's all covered up. And coincidentally enough, I also found a video on Jacob Fry's TikTok where he talks about how the government is going to be investing so much into Nicolette Street to help all those small businesses who seem to be owned or affiliated with the Ali family, or just a bunch of people who happen to have the same last name, who happen to be affiliated with daycare centers on the very same street.
We're here on Nicolette. What you've got here is the community that's able to invest and uplift itself, us investing in the community.
If I was the FBI, I would have a lot of questions for Mayor Jacob Fry.
Man, the internet is undefeated, and the Democrats under fire a lot. It seems like they are seeming to lose the trust of America a lot. Let's see what is going on here. Breaking news, the line most reports that all funds Republicans to help Donald Trump take back in control. Wow.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. What an honor. Well, this is a very special occasion, and it is indeed my honor to welcome to the White House a great friend and a man of leadership, vision, courage, and strength, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
UAE people there. It's been, this thing with Venezuela is getting crazy. Let's see. I know we've been talking about Ohio and Minnesota a lot.
As a Venezuelan American, I got some shit to say. My family, my parents, my sister, my extended family, all lost everything. Their work, their savings, their investments, gone. Wiped out by a narco dictatorship that has held Venezuela in a death grip for over 25 years. And what happened to my family has happened to millions, and yes, millions. The Venezuelan exodus is the second largest displacement crisis on earth after Syria. This is not just a tragedy. It is one of the great humanitarian disasters of our time. But the suffering doesn't end there. This regime has jailed hundreds of political prisoners. Thousands have been murdered simply for speaking out. More than a third of the population has fled. 1/3. Not for better opportunities or for the American dream, but to survive, to live. Because state, what it is in reality, is an occupied one. Our territory, our natural resources, and our institutions have been overrun by hostile foreign powers. Iranian militias, Chinese corporations, Russian intelligence, all exploiting our country with impunity. Venezuela is no longer just a local crisis. It is now a geopolitical threat that endangers the entire Western Hemisphere. It has become a launch pad for an authoritarian expansion in the Americas. And in the midst of all of this, one woman has dared to lead the charge for freedom. Maria Corina Machado. In 2024, against every odd, she led a peaceful democratic uprising that won the election. Her team smuggled physical voting receipts out of the country, hard proof of victory that the regime tried to bury. Her courage has lit a fire in the hearts of millions of Venezuelans desperate to believe that change is still possible. But now some have questioned her decision to dedicate her Nobel Prize to Donald Trump. Okay, I get that. But here's the truth. It was a brilliant strategic move in the global chessboard of politics. Maria Corina is no fool. She knows exactly the kind of man Trump is. She knows how much he campaigned for it, loudly and relentlessly, to win that very same prize. She knows how symbolic and personal that recognition is to him. And precisely because of that, she understood that this gesture might be the thing that keeps his attention focused on Venezuela at a time when US presence and pressure in the Caribbean is rising. She didn't dedicate that award to flatter him. She did it to protect and preserve the one kind of power that could help shift the course of history.
It seems like that strategy have worked as what we are talking about today, because today Trump have finally went to Venezuela and captured the president and his wife. That seems to, what he's
Because for
explaining
her,
right now seems to
this
be
isn't
working,
about
because
pride.
it have worked from what
It's
we
not
are
about
seeing.
optics. It's about freedom. And let's be very clear. Maria Corina is not asking for the US to invade Venezuela. She's not campaigning for war. Venezuela is already invaded. It is held hostage by a narco state, overrun by foreign agents and enemies of democracy, Russians, Iranians, Chinese, all operating freely, weaponizing our land and resources to expand their influence across Latin America. What Maria Corina is calling for, what millions of Venezuelans are praying for, is the support of the only military on earth capable of countering that threat and helping to free our people. This is not imperialism. This is liberation. She's not playing partisan games. She's playing for Venezuela's life. Because this isn't theoretical. This isn't academic. This is life or death. So yes, it is time to honor her bravery, but more importantly, it is time for the world, especially the free world, to recognize what's at stake.
Definitely. I think he's speaking from like heart. Like coming from a third world country, you would understand these tactics very well. Because being in America is very easy for them to hide certain things for the public not to see. But the third world countries display what happens in closed doors, especially even here in America. In third world countries, you speak out against the running regime that is in the administration of the country, they are coming for you. They will arrest you. I have seen situations where countries have arrested their running opposition leader for presidential candidate leaders before they even get a chance to run, or if it looks like they have a better chance of overtaking their regime or winning the elections. That seems to happen all the time. But now it seems like it's over for him. It's over for Nicolas Maduro, and we will see what comes next. Yep, the cartel leader got snatched in less in less time than it takes to watch an episode of Lad Man. Wow. Well, that is the news right now. It seems like Venezuelans are are happy about this thing that happened. Mm, yeah, that will be it for right now. I will be back to review more information. Seems like we are moving from Minnesota to Ohio, where the fraud case have been escalating over there, and we have many stories to come in a few hours. Till then, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, which help me, and if you're not following, following. See you in a few hours. Have a nice one.